Amici animati con Astrologaster.
Good day, Mistress Blarg. Before we start, I must thank you for having used your influence to help me resolve my recent difficulties.
Say nothing of it. Those doctors and their College of Physicians. Naught but a band of piss-pot sniffing bullies, so they are. Besides, I needed you out of prison so that you might read the stars for me.
I see. And what would you have me advise you on?
What know you of Richard Bancroft, the Bishop of London?
Not much, in truth. But I did attend the Easter
Zatem se mi
service at
zdaju
St. Paul's.
poezije pa
I
maskiem.
found the bishop's sermon on the virtues of chastity and abstinence most compelling. Why, you know him well?
Not very well as yet. I was seated beside him at an Episcopal dinner Saturday last. We discoursed a while. Bishop Bancroft is a most charming man. But there was a moment when we did both reach for the brandy decanter. Our eyes met and I felt something.
'Twas a spark between you and the bishop? You felt a certain frisson in the air?
Nay, I felt a certain hand up my skirts, more like.
His Grace put his hand up your skirts! Madam, may I say how—
Save your congratulations, Foreman. The bishop's not in the bag yet. Hence why I am come to you. Now that I have piqued his interest, I would have the stars tell me how to secure it.
Then you wish to pursue an amorous affair with Bishop Bancroft. But what of your husband, Dean Blarg?
Oh, do not speak to me of my husband. Thomas Blarg is not fit to secure his wife's future. He is not fit for many of his marital duties, truth be told. And had you read the stars correctly, you might have warned me of such. As it was, I had to learn the truth of our financial ruin by bribing my husband's chaplain with a pie.
A pie, no less. I am heartily sorry for your trouble, madam.
Aye, well, 'tis best not to dwell on it. Let us press on with this day's reading, if you please.
Of course, let us consult the stars. How may Mistress Blarg secure the lasting affections of Richard Bancroft, the Bishop of London?
Dovrebbe mentire dire che è incinta, il bambino è suo. Allora, se Alice cambia il suo approccio, le stelle l'aiuteranno. Se sarà calma e pacata, ok. La stagione a questo, d'altro canto potrebbe essere imprevedibile. No, guarda, il resto invece va seguendo una logica, magari. No. Ma dai, sì.
The stars suggest a most ingenious plan for ensnaring the bishop, Mistress Bligh.
Oh, verily?
Tanto male per male fanculo.
It is most cunning. First, you must offer him your tender favors, and then, several weeks following this encounter, you must go to him and tell him you are with child. If the bishop be a man of sentiment, the news will doubtless make him feel bound to you.
I own that such a ruse could work. 'Tis hardly ingenious, though, is it? Half the mothers in London give their daughters such advice.
Do they indeed? Well, there is more. The stars suggest you will find occasion for such an encounter while the bishop is away from home on business. Mayhap you arrange a discreet assignation for his next visit to the Archbishop's palace in Lambeth.
On my honour, that is not a bad idea. In sooth, I think it may do very well. For as 'tis oft said, that which does occur at Lambeth Palace does bide at Lambeth Palace.
Indeed. How very intriguing. Pray tell me of these goings-on at Lambeth Palace.
E invece... Coito... Scusa? Ho un paio di domandine, ma giusto una o due, ecco. Allora, lei che cazzo è? Non mi ricordo più. No, non era Emma. Alice, sì. Allora, cercando di capire quante ce ne mancano, però... Beh, lei fatto, fatto, fatto. Vediamo un po'.
Lancelot more, lovely his passion, lacking in mind, fulsome in fashion. Unwise truths, calls him chance, he yet persists in chasing the sat.
Good day, sir, and well met. Oh, pray tell, did you secure the hand of the golden-haired maiden?
Yeah, verily I did. My religious conversion to Puritanism did work wondrous well to win her favour.
Ah, then my advice was sound.
Aye, after I told her that I thought the Queen dresses like a strumpet, the Pope is the demon son of Satan, and that Will Shakespeare and his players should be driven into the Thames to drown, she became convinced of the purity of my soul. I was made the happiest of men.
Then I must congratulate you on your forthcoming nuptials. Will you be having a summer wedding, or...?
Congratulate me? Do not congratulate me, Foreman, for I am the unhappiest of men. It was but a day after our engagement was announced that my love became afflicted with the smallpox. Naturally, I was all a terror. Would she perish? So wretched was I with fear, I almost died of fright.
Aye, naturally. Smallpox is a most terrible disease. I intend to write a small treatise on the subject.
But then, alas! Fate struck the cruelest of blows upon my soul.
Oh, verily. Poor girl. May she rest in peace. Or re-squeeze in pace, as we Latin scholars say.
What? Nay, death would have been a mercy. For once cured, the maid arose from her sickbed bearing hideous scars. Her once fair cheeks, thus so cratered, to make the very moon wane with envy.
I see. And now you wish to extract yourself from your engagement, I presume.
Naturally. But her brother and father are fearsome men with a taste for rough sport, and her mother's tongue is as sharp as a barber's blade. I worry that my breach of promise may be taken ill.
Then let me see if I may fathom the family's reaction from the stars. What will become of breaking your engagement to this once fair, now pox-scarred maid?
Specifiche sono completamente inutili. No? No? Cerchiamo di tenere il cielo
Good
buono.
tidings.
E uno.
While the family may well take your decision ill, good angels guide them toward restraint and discipline in their actions. The maid herself will endure it with quiet forbearance.
Quiet forbearance? By the saints, what a wondrous creature is she! Verily, I am disappointed that I must break off with her, for truly there is no mountain I would not climb, no trial I would not endure to wed a maid of so sweet a disposition. But I must be brave, and go at once to break the news to her.
Ok. Va bene, 50, potrà andare peggio. Questo che cazzo è? Ah no, lui è nuovo. Il vescovo? Arcivescovo.
Archbishop Whitgift,
Bene.
Ho! Ho there! Be there anyone at home?
Sono proprio io.
By the saints, 'tis none other than Archbishop John Whitgift. Your Grace, I am most honoured by this most unexpected visit.
Truly, 'tis most unexpected, as I just so happened to be passing by. Indeed, I was riding by in my carriage when I found myself struck ill. My chaplain did suggest I take rest at the nearest residence, which did so happen to be this small dwelling. Forsooth, these rooms have the look of a physician's consulting chambers. Mayhap you are a doctor? If that be true, then praise be to God for this happy coincidence.
A most fortunate coincidence indeed. I am Simon Foreman, a doctor of astrology and physic. At your service, Your Grace.
Well then, Dr. Foreman, was it? Perchance you will tell me what ails me. I feel a kind of pain and heaviness in my side, and I know not if this be related, but my skin has of late become most unattractive in appearance.
Pain in the right side of the body and sallowness of the skin?
Her Majesty did remark upon it most wittily the other day at a meeting of the Privy Council. Your face does serve as a warning to us all, Archbishop.
Her Majesty the Queen, verily. A moment, if I may, Your Grace, while I consult the stars. What does cause the suffering of His Grace, the Most Reverend John Whitgift, the Archbishop of Canterbury?
Allora. Tra le due mi sembra quello più sensato.
You are afflicted with jaundice, Your Grace. Yellow bile has seeped into your skin, causing it to become yellow-hued in appearance.
'Tis the jaundice, is it? I see.
Pray, have a servant boil this pouch of herbs in water. The liquor is to be injected up the fundament once each day. It should draw the collar away from your skin and into your bowels. William!
Chiedo scusa.
Excellent. I will have my chaplain see to it. My. Who do we have here?
Before you take your leave, Your Grace, I would have my manservant William let blood from your right arm.
Indeed. Very well, then.
Before you depart, Your Grace, perchance I might trouble you with a request of my own.
Good day, sir. My chaplain will settle payment with you anon.
Molto bene. 35 così diretti? Buono. Oddio. Lui era a livello altino, ma tanto garantito scende per considerata la mia sfortuna con sto gioco.
Let others mend all the things their six breaks. Our Lord has much to give.
Poi non mi ricordo che cazzo gli ho detto l'ultima volta.
Commoners may pay, but nobles should be learned from their mistakes.
Grazie. Non mi ricordo cosa gli ho detto. Non mi ricordo se è andata bene o no. A occhio di
Day,
no.
my lord, and well met. Indeed, methinks I have not seen your lordship since last year, afore you set off with Sir Walter Raleigh to capture those Spanish treasure ships.
Ah, yes. Doubtless you heard what became of that expedition. The town criers called it Raleigh and Essex's gold piracy fail, declaring it the biggest balls-up since the English Armada.
Aye, 'twas most ill-mannered of them, if I may remark.
'Tis all Raleigh's fault, of course. For when I revealed that I had gotten our navigational directions from you, he had our men turn the fleet around and sail in the opposite direction. 'Twas his navigation that got us lost. Our ships ended up becalmed in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, leaving England undefended. Who is the beef-headed chudlord now, eh, Raleigh?
Well, indeed.
Of course, Raleigh refuses to apologise, and we are no longer on speaking terms.
Alas, 'tis most lamentable you were unable to use the directions I gave you. Well now, how may I assist you this day?
I would have you tell me how I might regain the favour of the Queen. Indeed, 'tis strange she has not yet gotten over her displeasure, for the incident did occur many months ago, and we had every intention of returning her warships, filled to the brim with gold, I might add. Besides, how in the devil's name were we supposed to know the King of Spain would choose that very same month to invade England? I have not the power to predict the future.
Well, nay, but I have, my lord.
Yes,
If you had asked me to.
Verily, 'tis not to be borne. Only last week at a meeting of the Privy Council, during a minor disagreement regarding the Catholic rebellion in Ireland, she called me an impudent lord-splainer, whereupon she rose from her chair and molly-whopped me in the face. I half drew my sword upon her.
You mean the Queen?
Aye, indeed. Her behaviour was most shocking. I even asked the royal physician whether she may have lost her mind.
Ma
She is, after all, most elderly. But Mr. Smith assures me
eccessivo.
she is in very fine health and is in full control of her faculties.
Her Majesty's behaviour is a mystery indeed, although mayhap it should not surprise us. A man's reason is oft insufficient to fathom the workings of the feminine mind, and, in such cases, he may have little choice but to call upon divine wisdom. To wit, let us see what the stars can tell us. What must Lord Devereux do to regain the Queen's favour?
Allora. No. Sì. Ha un suo senso.
Favour, you must demonstrate your fealty to her, your loyalty as a peer of the realm who sits on her privy council. To this end, the stars suggest you offer to lead a military campaign to put down this Catholic rebellion in Ireland. Your lordship is, after all, a great military leader. What better man for such a task than the hero of Cadiz?
Verily, 'tis no ill idea. 'Tis no ill idea at all. Yes, indeed, I shall offer to put down the Irish for her. Forsooth, how difficult could such a mission be? I shall quickly defeat those fen-sucking muck-savages and be back home by Christmas. Huzzah!
Huzzah! Godspeed, my lord.
Buono? Ce l'abbiamo fatta. Ricevuta la lettera da Robert. Buono.
Our hero Simon Foreman's not a Catholic. He disapproves of Mary for her views. They make him sick, but pray he does not tell her lest she punch him in the
Eccessivo. Molto eccessivo. Allora. Andiamo.
Good day, Mistress Payne. How may I help you this day?
Blessed day, Dr. Foreman. I
Bella.
have just come from taking my niece to visit Rochester Cathedral. Thomas Blogg is the cathedral's dean, I believe. Know you of Dean Blogg?
Aye, I know something of him.
Verily, that man is a model to us all. Under his stewardship, the cathedral's decadent furnishings have been stripped away. He has even replaced the silver candlesticks with pewter. Such pious modesty in the sight of God.
Has he indeed? How very interesting. And, godly, yes. But what is it that brings you this day?
Before I begin upon my business, Dr. Foreman, I must insist you acknowledge your failings. You were most wrong to frighten me with these notions of England being invaded by the Spanish.
Ah, yes, that. Though, to be fair, I do not think anybody could have predicted the storm that sunk the Spanish ships. It was most unexpected.
And we must give thanks to God for the divine vengeance he wrought upon the heretics. I did hear that by morning our beaches were verily littered with the corpses of Spanish sailors. Praise be to the Lord, his glory to behold.
Yes, praise be. But all the same, you seem anxious this day, Mistress Payne. What is troubling you?
Indeed, I am troubled, Dr. Foreman. I fear for the Queen's health. Everyone is saying that as she is exceeding old, she is soon to die.
Ah, yes, I quite understand your feelings, madam. How we love our good Queen Bessie. Long may she reign. But will she? That is the question, is it not? For she cannot live forever, and when at last she does expire, we shall be stricken with such lamentation and grief.
Mayhap you, but not I. Elizabeth Tudor is naught but a sceptred whore, but still a whore who presides over the Church of England and keeps Rome at bay.
Mi sembra
And without
eccessivo.
an heir, who knows what manner of foreigner may succeed her
Non
when
fosse
she
tradotto
dies?
male.
For all we know, he may flood the land with foul popery.
Foul popery? I take it you do not care for dried floral arrangements. But, madam, surely fresh flowers are more customary at royal funerals.
Did you not heed me, Mr. Foreman? I wish to know whether the English throne is safe from a Catholic successor.
Ah, yes, of course. Then let us consult the stars. Is our Queen's long reign in danger of ending soon? And if so, do we risk a Catholic succeeding her to the throne?
Che bei tempi quelli. Allora... Regina innamorata, ci può stare. Qui cosa abbiamo? Diciamo che è tutto a
Queen's
posto.
prognosis is good, madam. God will ensure she remains in health for some years yet. And when at last Her Majesty does expire, whomever succeeds her will happily take his place at the head of the Church of England. I may assure you that England will not revert its allegiance to the Church of Rome.
Ah, praise be! To know that England shall remain safe from Satan's earthly servants is well indeed. Fare you well, and may God give you a blessed day, Dr. Foreman.
Bene. È l'ultima per Lancillotto. Ma insomma, per il signor Moore, non sbaglio.
Had some different choices been made, might Lancelot have been spared from the blade.
Fammi controllare. No, non lo è. No, non lo è.
Good day, Mr. Moore. How fare you this fine Tuesday? Oh, on my word, you do not look well. Your face is very pale, and I detect a foul odour.
'Tis true, I fare not well, but there is no reason to be rude about it, Foreman.
Sir, I was merely expressing my concern. You appear stricken with fever, and, methinks, an infected wound.
I shall undo my breeches for you. There, do you see?
My, I do see. 'Tis a knife wound by the look of it.
The barber surgeon did stitch it up, but now it does ooze this noisome green stuff all over my fine linens. So I came to you.
And you were very right to do so.
I was, because I think it only fair that you fix it. After all, this is all your fault, Foreman.
My fault? Sir, I do not follow.
You told me I had nothing to fear from that wretched maiden's family when I broke off my engagement, but you were wrong.
Then I am most sorry for it. I gather the family did not take the news philosophically.
Verily, they did not. The maid herself wept, as is to be expected, but the father took it most violently. He called me an oath-breaking chudlord, whereupon he laid hands upon me and threw me out onto the street.
Indeed.
But 'twas not the end of it. For some weeks later, I was set upon by the maid's brother and his band of knaves. They left me for dead behind an alehouse. If I had not been discovered by the night watch, I might have died.
Sorry business indeed. I will have my manservant William clean your wound and apply a balm to it. But pray tell me more of your fever. How oft does it come?
Well, I did not have this fever yesterday. and I was well enough to go to church on Sunday. Oh, and to the theatre the day before. But Friday last, I was stricken abed with it.
Fever this day and Friday last. Now mayhap we consult the stars. What kind of fever has Lancelot more?
Vediamo le opzioni. Ci può stare. Io non mi ricordo. No, everyday, no. Ah, questo se non
You
voglio.
have the tertian fever, a fever that comes every 3 days. It causes rigor,
Ti prego dimmi che
vomiting,
era giusto. Non
and a
posso
sharp heat
perdere
that runs throughout
altri
the body.
punti.
First, William will bleed you.
God's breakfast. Do you not know your numbers, Foreman? As I did expressly tell you the last time I had this fever, it was Friday. Tuesday is 4 full days
Io,
after Friday. Not
ecco, è
3.
colpa mia, non mi
Yeah,
ricordavo.
verily, there are times when I do not think you pay sufficient.
Vaffanculo. È colpa mia, non mi ricordavo. L'ho skippato, tanto mi stavo insultando e basta.
served by Archbishop to his guest.
Ma anche questi canti vanno bene una volta, vanno bene due. Ma cazzo, ogni volta prendono i coglioni, Cioè... Anche perché sono lunghi. Gesù.
Good day and well met, Lord Archbishop. What a pleasure it is to welcome your grace once more to my humble consulting chambers. Do you ail of something, sir?
Nay, I am in good health. I am come for information. That is, I am come for an astrological reading concerning one of my deans, Thomas Blagg, the Dean of Rochester Cathedral. I hear you are acquainted with him, are you not?
Yes, so please your grace. I am honoured to say that Dean Blagg is one of my querents.
I see. What a remarkable coincidence. Then you may know that Dean Blagg has been petitioning me to promote him to the rank of bishop, specifically to grant him the vacant seat of the bishopric of Salisbury. I wonder if you, that is, if the stars and planets and so forth, might tell me if there be any reason why Thomas Blagg might not be a fitting candidate for such a position of responsibility.
I see. Then let us see what the stars can tell us. Should Thomas Blagg, Dean of Rochester, be made the Bishop of Salisbury?
Sì? Allora. Non è un onorevole. Allora, no. Fanculo. No. Qui cosa abbiamo? Ma sì, andiamo con questo.
You must not grant Thomas Blagg the Bishopric of Salisbury, your grace.
Ho sbagliato.
According to the stars, he has been questioning his faith in God.
Verily?
Fanculo, ho sbagliato tasto. Non c'è
Yes, so
sbagliato, ho
please your
interpretato
grace.
male.
It would seem he has embarked upon some manner of emotional journey.
Has he now? In that
Però questo
case,
mi fa
I
guadagnare
might not
punti
be able
con
to
lui.
grant him the bishopric, but I may very well invite him to dine with me.
Before you leave, your grace, perchance I may broach a small matter of my own. Methinks you have the power to grant medical licenses, do you not? Although I am an experienced physician, you may have heard of my work during the plague of 1592, for instance, I am not technically licensed to practice medicine. It has been causing some administrative troubles of late. I wonder if your grace might condescend to help me by...
You would have me grant you a medical license, would you? I suppose that might be arranged. Leave it with me, and I will have my chaplain look into it.
I thank you heartily, your grace. Your grace is most generous.
Quindi ce l'abbiamo fatta. Stiamo per ottenere sta cazzo di licenza, lo scopriremo.